If you remember, and this is nothing, this is only because we've been doing this a long time, and Greg Burgess tried to tell us long before any of us were willing to accept that, believe it or not, human beings will fake things just to bring attention to themselves.
Sure they will.
Even things that are not, that I don't think anybody would ever want to be known for. That's the thing that is, but then, I think daytime TV started a lot of this, and we realized that, so people will go on TV and talk about this. There's certain,
it's more common than you think.
Yeah,
it is.
And then it goes back to the famous joke. I don't think I'd have told that.
Yeah,
but anyway, so I don't know how to say this actor's name. Is it Jussie Smollett? Is it just like it looks?
I think so.
Off of Empire.
Jussie Smollett. I mean, why do I think the guy in the Mississippi State shirt knows this? He doesn't know that. Why am I looking at him?
He looks smart. He's wearing Mississippi State.
Why am I looking at him? He's looking at me like, you think I know the answer to this? Yeah. But anyway, do you think I watch Empire?
There it goes.
Yeah, I asked. None of the interns know this guy by name either.
Okay. So I'm just going to say it the way it looks. Jussie Smollett.
I'm asking Sam,
and he's a cast member.
I think Sam agrees
on Empire.
Yeah.
Okay. And you remember he claimed
Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett. Okay.
Smollett.
He claimed in Chicago, the bastion of conservative Make America Great hats.
Really.
That in Chicago, if someone's attacked in Chicago, you go, now that's believable.
Oh, sure.
Based on all the violence that's there
daily.
That will every weekend. But now when he started saying that he was attacked by people who were wearing Make America Great hats. And
no, they said "Make America Great." They had black.
They didn't have the hats on.
I think they had ski masks.
Now I do know that the hat thing was ruled out.
No, they were. He was saying they were saying that as they were beating him up.
Correct. Yeah. And then even people who no one has been able to substantiate that claim. Nobody.
Someone even claimed that in the original report it wasn't mentioned. Then it was mentioned later.
Right. So that one again. That one already had trouble. Now we don't know what happened. I'm just telling you they're having a hard time substantiating his claim.
Do they have video of the attack?
No.
There's no security footage.
They had the only thing they had were there were two people that they were saying like people of interest if they could identify to talk to.
Right.
That they just saw walking.
That were in that area.
Yeah.
So keep in mind his claim. Now we also know. Look. I don't know what happened, but we also can't be afraid, to just because somebody claims something doesn't mean it happened. I know that's the new way we are now. If you claim it happened, unless you're a Democrat, then if somebody claims something against you, they're not to be believed. Only people who say things against people who oppose them. Because I can't really follow whether we're supposed to believe people, not believe people, whatever. But bottom line is he claims this was a racist, homophobic attack.
Yes.
Right. Now you look on his social media and you see he despises Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, he hates Donald Trump. I'm just telling you, that's just a fact. He's done that himself. You can go look at stuff that's his own stuff. Now, I don't know.
But is the article saying we got people doubting? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, see, the first article came out that people sent to me about 4 or 5 days after we first brought it up, saying, "Look, the investigators are saying we can't substantiate any of these claims."
And their official word was, "But at this point, we see nothing to not believe him."
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. But unfair.
But we still can't find anybody, and now we have people who live in the same building he lives in the same part of Chicago, that are saying, if he's where he said he was, certainly there can always be exceptions. But they're saying most everybody who lives here is either African American and or gay. And they're like, this is a bastion of the things that he believes in our community. If this happened here, it would be incredibly abnormal.
Yeah.
It's not like, he's in that part of town. Then, kind of. And they said, this is Chicago, and this is this part of Chicago. It's almost like they were saying, does that mean that Trump supporters couldn't find their way to that neighborhood to target someone? I guess they could, but the police says we can't find anything. And remember this is the one that made it highly suspect. He won't give us the data from his cell phone.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah, claims he can't be without his phone for several hours, and they're like, if you'll just give it to us, we can pull that.
No, what were they needing off of it?
The phone call to his assistant that claimed he heard the shout.
The assistant claims he heard these things being shouted at him, and that he called the assistant saying, "I'm being attacked."
Right.
Well, has the assistant verified that?
Yeah, he keeps sticking with his story.
Okay.
But here's the thing I want to go with. So the police say, "Okay, we want to see the phone call." And he won't give them the cell phone. So they're saying that's not helpful, right? Can we all agree that's not
no
helpful?
reason for you not to give us the phone.
Especially if that's going to be the only witness we have right now.
Yeah.
That can substantiate this.
Well, it would prove that he made the call.
Right. And so he
Can they take the assistant's phone and look for an incoming call? Or?
Neither one will turn it over. They said
if they do that, they prove. I mean, that's a big thing to prove that it actually happened.
It's also a very glaring thing,
especially now that people are doubting.
Jeremy, it's also very glaring for those who don't think this might have happened.
Yeah. Right.
So and look, I don't know what happened, but this is not helping. Can we say that?
Yeah.
You would think.
I think if you're really wanting to prove this point, you turn your phone over for a couple hours. Hey, get over it. Right. You can deal without your phone for a few hours.
Yeah, go take a nap.
Would we say that I would say that if something this abnormal, according to all the people that live there, happened in an abnormal part of town for something like this to happen, that it would have been an event that would not be normal and would be extraordinary.
Yeah.
But why is there not more ability to substantiate something that would be this abnormal for what would normally go on in this part of Chicago?
Because what you're supposed to believe, and again, I'm like you, I don't know the truth, got threatening letters at work, okay? So it's portrayed as not a random act. This was planned out.
So I guess he's turned those over, right?
Yeah.
So then analyze those.
They had those, and supposedly, the way it's being portrayed, these are some people, that wanted, but here's my point, and I don't mean to be mean. I'd never heard of this person a day in my life. No. I don't watch the show, and I'm not saying that makes me, because I'm not on the cutting edge of who's popular and who's not. So that's really not a great point. But everybody knows who he is now, though, and he also is a singer, and he happens to have a record coming out, I think, this week.
Okay,
I may have made that up, but I saw that.
And all the people on the show and all the people in the entertainment business rushed to his defense.
Yes, we had people who planned it, and it sounds a little. I don't know. The fact, a noose around the neck, supposedly made out of a cord, which was still on his neck when the police got there.
Right.
The MAGA statements and supposedly dumping a substance, maybe bleach, on him.
And they said they did find something that was a bottle laying around that smelled like it might have had, but that could have also been just like the noose.
But didn't the Post or somebody find that and turn it over to FBI?
Yeah.
That's just
they're saying in the story now if he's filed a false claim, he'll be held accountable for it.
Yeah.